Hi guys, Curtis here with.
RJ Horner.
Thanks RJ for joining us today. Appreciate that. So today we're going to talk about starting a side hustle, a parent's guide to earning extra income. Hope you guys are interested in that. What about yourself, RJ? Do you want to learn how to make some extra money as a parent?
Always. I think everybody does, right? Like, especially in this economic times, we're all struggling to find that extra income. I think the problem remains, though. Um, there's two things that I see as a problem here. First of all, we don't know how to get started, and then second of all, there's so much going on out there in this area that we either get confused of by it or we're just inundated by everybody saying, "Oh, here, what if you tried this? What if you tried this?" Would be so. Where do you get started? I think is a question people are going to ask, and
Yeah,
then which is a valuable avenue. So I think probably good topics to cover today.
yeah, absolutely. Because like you said, there's a lot of extra costs today. Everything's gone up, like you said. And then some people have like credit card debt and some other like debt
Hmm.
that might be causing them to be a little bit stressed out about financials. Sorry. I'm sorry, my throat's a little bit
Hmm.
frogged up today, I guess.
That's the problem with doing a podcast first thing in the morning.
Yeah, maybe. Or drink enough water or something. All right. So I guess some of the stuff we would like people to know is that how can you cover unexpected expenses like your iPad breaks, your car breaks down, stuff like that. How can you create financial security? How to build up your emergency savings, retirement, stuff like that, right?
Hmm.
Some family fund, family
Always.
fund. That's quite the tongue twister, I think. Yeah, if you want to go on a vacation or do like fun activities with family, sometimes that takes extra money, right? Out here, we like to go to the Great Wolf Lodge, but that's like ultra expensive, so we haven't gone for a couple of years because it's more
Yeah.
than we expected.
Yeah, I go vacationing with family every year, and I still want to have a vacation, but with just my wife and myself. So, having money for that. Again, there's just so much going on out there, and things are getting expensive. Let's face
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah, for sure.
So, how do you get to afford all these things? You need to find some other um, avenue. First of all, so let me ask you this, Curtis. What
Sure.
what is a side hustle? Because um, it's not a part-time job, it's not a full-time job. So how do
No.
we define a side hustle?
Well, basically, a side hustle is just something, maybe some skills you have. Like, you might have like some like internet experience. Like, you might have added videos. You might be able to cut grass, that side stuff. It could be like online or offline. It doesn't necessarily have to be online all the time. Some people might have some carpentry skills or maybe some plumbing skills. And there's apps out there that you can actually do like finance, freelance work with,
So
right?
it sounds like you're saying utilize your own skills to earn an income on your own outside of
Yeah.
employment.
Right. So it could be like, say you have a hobby of needlepoint, let's say, and then there's people there that don't know how to do it or they need help with something. It's just a matter of
Mhm.
trying to find those people. And that could
Yeah,
be
like I
through
know.
Facebook groups or school and all sorts of stuff like that, right?
Yeah, like I know my sister-in-law. She's an amazing. Well, she plans parties.
Hmm.
She creates different items. So we got her next weekend at a Christmas fair, basically, where
Cool.
she's going to be selling her designs. So some wreaths, um, some Christmas decorations, things like that she
Yeah.
creates. She's going to be selling these at a Christmas fair. So there's one way to take your skills and produce an income from it,
Yeah, for sure. That's totally it. And then you still
or
do your regular
baking,
job.
like baking or something like that. Get to a fair, get to a flea market. This is one way to build some
Yep.
extra income.
Yeah, for sure. So it's like also some people might have like some corporate skills that you can do like virtual assistant work,
Hmm.
right? Like maybe customer service for somebody, or it could be like anything related to corporate stuff. I don't know too much about corporate work, but maybe what would you suggest for corporate level skills? Like you have Word, Messenger.
um
How to use
I
Teams, that
found
sort of stuff.
there's some groups out there that there's groups out there that they can join, like mentor, you know what I mean? There's ways to share their experience, and they're not, because that's at that level, that's what you're looking to bank on, right? Is
Hmm.
what you know and what you're capable of. So there's ways to share your experience out there online, um through different groups where you can produce a small income by. And again, I think in relative to the corporate world, it's a small income. But I know doctors and stuff, they
Hmm.
supplement their income by using these sites.
Oh, nice. So another thing, sometimes people are good at teaching. Like you're a pretty good teacher about stuff, right, RJ?
Hmm.
We do stuff with that sometimes. Building an online course, perhaps. You might have a skill that maybe someone want to know. Could be
Hmm.
anything, actually. If you know how to do that, there's like we use System for our courses, right? So
Yeah.
awesome.
And then also hosting masterminds, workshops, events,
Hmm.
that sort of thing.
Yep.
There's a way um, to to set yourself up for more income. Like they're not large producing opportunities, but you get known for your capabilities, who you are, what the value is you have, and then that allows you to reach out to more people, maybe get on more stages, get more opportunities to earn
Yep.
more income.
Or just networking with people, just being part of those groups as well. Sometimes people don't have the capability of starting their own, but even just being part of those masterminds and groups will help you network. And maybe someone will find a skill that you are good at that you
Mhm.
may not
And
recognize.
And so, having said that, yeah, you're right. You know what? We're talking about going out and utilizing your skills to start your own business, so to speak, or earn
Hmm.
your own income. But there's nothing to say that you have to start your own business. You could certainly become part of somebody else's,
Hmm.
utilizing those skills that we're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, I've done that before. I worked for somebody else, just doing tech stuff like I do for us. I worked
Hmm.
for somebody else for about a year, and it was pretty good. Not very much pay, but I did learn a ton of stuff that it was free. It was free
Hmm.
learning, right? Normally, you have to pay for courses, you got to pay for this, but this guy let me work with him, and he taught me everything. And
Hmm.
technical end, it was great. Like you said, selling a handmade or vintage good is another thing because some people are kind of crafty out there. It could be men or women. Some women are a little more crafty than men. There's also like there's Etsy, there's like Shopify, stuff like that. You can sell your stuff there, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Yes, you don't have to just sell it, in a physical location anymore, right? You
no,
can,
no, that's right.
yeah, plenty of markets
That's my
online.
niece does that. She does buttons and stuff, and she sells them online. Kind of cool, and
Hmm.
it's kind of like a cult following for her because they're very unique. I guess people who collect buttons go there. It's kind
And
of neat.
And I don't know about Etsy, but with Shopify, especially if you have your own products,
Hmm.
you can start your store for free, right? So
Yep.
it's not like you have to have that. Like, here's a way to start it up without some capital to start out, without paying to get started. You can get started, relatively for free.
Yeah, there's also another fun one is driving or delivery. You did that with Amazon, right? The delivery
Yeah.
thing. Yep.
Well, and
How'd you
that,
like
that I
that?
considered more of a part-time job, but at the same time, again, it's it's still a way to use your skills and produce an income, right?
Yeah, for sure. So, did you enjoy that much or no?
Oh, I love to drive, so here was an opportunity for me to get out there and um, get back behind the wheel. Like I've driven professionally most of my life, um, so it was an opportunity for me to get back behind the wheel and again go out there, meet people, talk to people, do something different every day. So I enjoyed it absolutely. And that's the
Perfect.
thing.
Yeah.
So try and do something you enjoy, right? Try
Right.
to capitalize on that. What brings you joy can bring you income as well.
Yeah. You want to hear a funny parent joke then today?
Sure.
So, why did the delivery parent do DoorDash? Any question? Any
He wanted
answers?
income. He wanted more money.
Sort of to deliver extra income without being driven crazy.
Being driven crazy.
Yeah. So the other one that I like is called affiliate marketing. I'm sure you know about that. It's just basically you're a middleman for other people's products. So let's say you found a product like I don't know, like some course or something on how to be a leader, and
Hmm.
you can sell that to other people or let other people know about it and said, hey, listen, this is a great course. You can do like a review on YouTube or have it on your Instagram channel. Say, hey, I checked this new product out. These are the benefits I enjoyed. Maybe you can check it out too. Then you have your affiliate link, and maybe then people can say, hey, I like it, right?
Hmm.
Or let's say you had a affiliate marketing or affiliate link for book summaries, let's say, which as a leader we like to read, and then filling a full book may take longer. So that would be a benefit. Said, hey, I'd rather spend 5 minutes reviewing a book that maybe or maybe not I may not be interested in, but a book summary would help me say, hey, this is a great book. I probably would buy the full one. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? That's the idea of that. That's why I like affiliate marketing because you're not creating anything your own. There's no customer service. There's no payment thing or nothing like that. It's just like you get like anywhere from 40 to 50% to make the money, which I like, and that's what I do as much as I can. Not always making money, but definitely trying. Right?
And you know, I'm learning, especially with well, there's different. I'm not going to market any systems out there, but
Yeah.
you know, there's definitely difference between low commission income and high commission income, right?
100%.
So, or high ticket commissions. So it's all about watching what you get into, and of course, we all will want to get into those high ticket markets, but you know, maybe to get practice, maybe to get effort, start with those low ticket items, and you know, start making $7 or $14
Mhm.
or you know, $50 a commission, just so that you get used to it. And you know, $107 commissions, well, that's $700, right?
Oh
So
yeah.
it's still income, right? So I mean, I know we're when we hear affiliate marketing, we're all chasing that high ticket item.
Yeah.
But if you're not skilled at it, you're probably not even gonna sell one. And then you're gonna get discouraged because you're not making commissions.
Yeah, for sure. So let's talk about some time management stuff as a parent.
Mhm.
As we know, a lot of times as a parent, you have like your time's pretty limited, right?
Yeah.
So what's the best ideas that I think that are valuable for your time would be like use your downtime efficiently. As a parent, maybe as a mom, you might want to when you put kids down for a nap, you might want to spend that time on your business
Mhm.
and just concentrate just only on that and try not to get distracted by doing like TikTok or Facebook or whatever stuff first. Focus on the business. So that could be like looking for new clients, like doing like friend requests or um, improving a course that you have, right?
Yeah.
So
And and I think blocking out that time is big too, right? Knowing that, and again, when you're a parent, okay, or when you're a mom or whatever, and you put your kids down, yes, you have that, you know, half hour, whatever you may be able to
mhm,
get out of this one. Um, and that one, you just have to go and dig into whatever it is, like plan for it and dig into it, kind of like a focused Pomodoro session where you just dig in and work on what you need to get done. Because you know, doing something an hour a day, that's how they say you can accomplish something, is doing something an hour a day for up to 66 days builds
yep,
the habit. So if
yep,
you could say, okay, yeah, my daughter's down during this time, usually I'm going to take this moment to put my business or my side hustle into effect. Doing that an hour a day can change the way you set yourself up. So it can really set you up for success.
yeah, for sure. So being consistent daily with your activities that'll help, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Also, sometimes you get your kids involved. If you're doing like shipping stuff, you can get the kids like pick the orders and pack them up,
Well, hey,
maybe.
there's child labor laws, so you got to watch that.
As a home business, that might be a little bit different laws for them, I learned.
I'm only kidding.
Yeah. I'm sure that as a home business, it's different than other things, but you can make it fun for the kids, right? So
Absolutely, yeah.
they
You
will say,
get
"Oh,
them
hey, we're
involved.
doing this. What shape is this?" Or like if it depends on the age of the kid, it could be a learning experience as well.
Absolutely, and you're also setting them up, like knowing, because they're going to ask questions. Mommy, why are
Oh
we
yeah,
doing this? Or Daddy, why are we doing this? Right? And so then you can set them up with the lesson that, look, we're working for ourselves here. We're earning our own money. We're doing this so that we can bring in some money selling it here. So you set them up, not just because we're all taught, you know what, go out, work hard, earn some income, you'll make a great life. But here's a
hmm
way to teach them right from a young age that you can go out and make your own money. You don't have to rely on somebody else for your income.
yep, yep. Just be consistent with the kids. Tell them the same thing all the time. It'll help. So on that note too, you gotta be like kind of like really ruthless with your priorities. You gotta make sure that the tasks that you're doing are essential and that it does move the needle for you. So if
Mhm.
you're flipping through like scrolling through like TikTok or Facebook or Reels, that's not a very good priority. The priority would be like, okay, I got an hour to do this task. And
Mhm.
within that time, you would also batch certain things. So let's say I'm looking to do Reels to make for my business. I would batch like doing like 10 of them in the hour. And then the next hour, I might just say, hey, listen, I checked them out. I posted them. I got them, put them into a thing that helps reschedule them for me. So I'm not
Mhm.
trying to do it each manually. So that will help help people too, right? So that's like
And, and
batching
so
stuff.
and so on that subject, you can schedule them with Facebook. You can schedule them with an app called Buffer or something else
Yeah,
like that.
there's a few out there. Yeah.
So that the work you've done now sets it up so that it'll release it at scheduled time. So this is also part of the second part of it,
Hmm.
where you've done all that blocked work, got it done. So now for the next week, you can release those so that they're effectively getting you the attention at specific times.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's look at some other common challenges that people might have. Would be lack of time, right? So there are scheduling tools out there that will give you reminders. As we talked about earlier about our meetings, is to set an alarm. What do
Mhm.
you think about that idea?
Hey,
Remember we
I'm
talked
here
about
this
that?
morning, right?
Yeah.
I've missed a couple meetings because you don't even realize you're doing something. You have this appointment,
Hmm.
but just so much going on, and then
Yeah.
you look back and go, "Oh my God, I was supposed to be here at said time."
Such time. Yeah.
Yeah, and meanwhile you've missed it. It's already blown off. You got to apologize if it
Absolutely.
includes somebody else, which quite often it does.
Yeah.
Now you've got to apologize and make up for having missed it. But life happens, right?
Oh yeah.
We move so fast. We've got so much going on as parents that just
Hmm.
how do we manage it all? And those do happen. But setting the alarm, like you said, it's been a game changer for me. Like I said, I used to have notifications in my calendar, right?
Yeah. Me too.
So it
Yeah.
would come up, but I mean, when it comes up, it's at 6:30, and our meeting's at 8:30. By 7:30, 8 o'clock, there's something else coming on, or something going on that,
Or you've been distracted or something. Yeah. Easily.
yeah, like,
Easily.
yes,
For sure.
absolutely. Listen, one day last week, I was just watching a movie, right? And the movie got my attention and went, wait a minute, oh my God, I missed my meeting by 45 minutes. You know what I mean? So um life happens, it does. So just
Yeah.
that alarm will now, instead of just a calendar that goes beep beep and let you know because you're not there with your phone or whatever. This one is it's an alarm that goes off for 50, a minute, 2 minutes, so that you now have to pay attention to it, and then you're going to go, okay, wait a minute, why is this alarm going off? And usually attend to what you have to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. But then another thing I would probably think would be the overwhelm. Sometimes you think, oh my God, I got so much on the go. What do I do?
Hmm.
And that's part of the scheduling um, and batching your priorities, right? I think that if you do that, your overwhelm level does go down a bit lower. It's kind of
Hmm.
like the theory of trying to eat an elephant. You do little bite-sized pieces, it works. For me, a couple years ago, I was like, how do I do 500 push-ups a day? Right? Some people think, oh my God, how do you do that? And I figured out a system for myself to do a certain amount of push-ups per hour for like within an 8-hour period of work, right? It was kind of funny. I was doing push-ups in really weird spots, like, in the middle of groceries or pulling over the side of the road, do a couple push-ups. So that's like the weird challenge
that's
I found for
that's
me.
dedication to a cause for sure.
Yeah, yeah. It was just something I wanted to know that if I need to do something, no matter what I have, I'll just, do it. Right.
And that's part of it too, is sometimes we not only just get distracted, but um we're kind of maybe embarrassed, or we don't want to do this at this specific moment
Hmm.
because people might comment, people might look at us funny, right?
Right.
But when it's important to you, when it's something that you're dedicated to, you just need to take that time and go, this is what I
Yeah,
do
just do
at
it.
this
Just do
time.
it. Yeah.
Like, kind of like a Muslim doing their prayers, right?
Yep.
At this specific time, it doesn't matter where they are, they
They
need
do
to
it.
stop and do their prayers, right? So
Yep.
kind of like the same thing. People may look at you for it, but this is what I do.
Yep. For sure. So it's just like part of staying motivated, right? Just keeping your why in mind. And, if you have, like, you want to save for a family trip to, let's say, Disney World, for example, you would probably save an X amount of money. And you know that you have to, like, sacrifice maybe your morning coffee or maybe going out for lunch or dinner, give those up to get that goal for the family, right? So how do you like to stay motivated for your goals, RJ?
I think just I like John Maxwell's saying of knowing your why makes the way easier. You know what? Know why you're doing something, and that keeps you dedicated to it, right? Because
Hmm.
we forget. Don't get me wrong, we forget. But reminding yourself, this is why I'm doing this, and
Yeah.
getting out of debt, or getting rid of the credit card, or maybe buying a house or buying a car,
Hmm.
whatever that is. That's why they say we have goals, right?
Yep.
So that this is what I'm working for. and then keeping that in mind will keep you focused on accomplishing it.
Yep. So if anybody has any questions, please ask us or leave it in the chat. Love to hear from you guys. So do you have any tips
So
for this?
I just, with everything in a side hustle, don't expect instant change or instant income. This takes work and dedication, right? It takes time to set these things up. And that's why
Yep.
we talked about the habits to put it in place, is that it may take 6 months, a year to truly get yourself in a place. But if you're doing something an hour, even an hour a day, if you can devote more, amazing. But if you could devote an hour a day, every day for 365 days, chances are you're going to be producing the income you want, so that
Yeah, for
maybe,
sure.
maybe it buys you that thing you want, or maybe it replaces your day job eventually. Depends on it depends on what your goal is.
Yep, for sure. You also set your boundaries so you know everything's clear to the people you're working around. So you know that 8 o'clock in the morning I'm doing this podcast or whatever it may be, and your family knows, hey, don't bother you, don't interrupt. So that will help too.
Absolutely.
And also your partner also needs to know what you're up to, because they are part of the team. And if they don't like what you're doing, obviously it's going to make your life very difficult. I'm sure you've witnessed that a couple of times with stuff you wanted to do. But if they're helping you do the business, I think it makes everything easier, because they give you that extra support that you might need some days. Like sometimes, like, I don't want to do this, but then your wife says, "Hey, did you do your podcast this morning?" It's like, "Oh, yeah, I better go do it." You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
that was, or if they're the opposite, it could also happen. It's like, "Oh, you're doing that dumb podcast again." Thing. It's like, maybe I shouldn't do it.
Well,
I feel
and you
bad.
and I have
Yeah,
experienced this because we've done what we do with the Beacon of Leadership for so long
yep,
without producing what we would like.
yep,
And there's that question of, well, you keep doing this, but it's not producing anything. It's not doing anything. Keep doing it, right?
yep, yep,
That's our model. Just keep doing it, because eventually it's going to catch on. It's going to catch that market. And I know it's difficult when you're dealing with your partner. They
absolutely.
want to see results because you're taking time away from them,
Yep,
right? So
yep,
they want to see results for the effort of lost time, which is really an important thing. I mean, they always say, what's that regret we have on our deathbed? Not that we had more money, that we had more
more
time,
time. Yep, for
right?
sure,
So taking a time away from your loved one needs to have a valued effect.
for sure. Well, let's line up the middle of it with a parent joke. You ready?
Yep, let's have it.
Why did the side hustle parent bring a calculator to dinner?
Counting his
Yeah,
dollars.
that's pretty good. Because they wanted to count the moments that matter. So that's all about the
Mm.
time, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty good,
Good
right?
one. That was a timely joke for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's sum it up here, RJ. So when you're building your side hustle, key point is there are tools you have to invest in. So any business you do, there's some things you might need. So in doing this, like affiliate marketing, you need like scheduling apps. You probably need an autoresponder, maybe a program that you need to go into. You might have to invest a little bit there. Another thing you have to do is build your online presence. You got to build up your social media, get an audience that like you, know you, and have similar interests. Like as a parents, we're doing here. Hopefully, more parents will join their community and be part of that. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What other things would you recommend when you're starting your business?
Like I said, dedication, knowing what you're doing and why. And then, like I said, have fun with it, right?
Oh yeah,
Knowing that this is something you enjoy doing, because otherwise you're going to get bored, you're going to get distracted. So knowing this is something you enjoy doing, and it has the potential to produce that income.
yep, for sure. And on that note, also, when is the time to go all in? And you're probably saying, "Oh, should I leave my regular job?" But then there's some question you need to ask yourself. Are you earning enough to replace the salary? 1. 2, do you have a safety net for unexpected expenses? So do you have like a certain amount of money saved up and that sort of stuff? And are you ready to manage the risk of being an entrepreneur? Because that can be like, as a
Mm-hmm.
regular employee, that could be a big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God, I'm doing this.
So on
But
those subjects, build a social network, build a support group,
yep,
so that they can help you in being an entrepreneur. Um, yeah, I think that's important. Like,
perfect. Yeah, it's just some questions that, if you do decide to go all in, and there's a bit
and
more
and
risk.
on that topic as well, knowing that, okay, some places, yes, I have my salary, which is X amount of dollars per year or X amount of dollars per hour. Am I making more
Mhm.
than that? But in other places, you have benefits,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, your health.
You have a pension,
Yep.
right? You have to take all of these into account
Yep.
before you can decide, because your job doesn't just provide the salary that you earn in
Hmm.
many cases, right? So there's more to consider there.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So, some final thoughts. So, hopefully, parents out there are interested in doing a side income of some sort. Depends on what you like to do. Is ideal, right? And then you got to balance much of your life more so than before because you got to schedule certain times to do your business, time for family, time for work. So that's also another kind of challenge, and hopefully people are able to do that. Any final thoughts from you, RJ?
No, this has been a great one. So I hope people take value from it, and they've learned a lot. And like you said, I hope more people join us on this mission, how to take hardworking parents and make their life just that much better.
Yeah, for sure. So if you guys are interested, I also did a blog about this as well earlier in the week. Just Beehive. Let me know if you're interested. Contact me through Facebook, Instagram, all right, or my email, or go through the group Hardworking Parents in Facebook. It's also another way to get a hold of us. And thank you for watching, guys. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, follow, and hit that bell. Go ding ding, and we'll get notified. Right on, RJ.
Have a good one.
Take care, guys. Bye bye. 1 sec.